Episode 12 begins with Dot and Caldo confronting a suspicious man. Before they can question him, Order suddenly arrives and defeats the man instantly using his magic. Afterward, Order confronts Caldo and makes it clear that he does not accept Mash as part of the magic world. Caldo responds that he hasn't fully accepted Mash either, but he believes that one day Order will have no choice but to accept him. The scene shifts to Easton Magic Academy. The narrator explains that several days have passed since Innocent Zero's attack on the academy. News of the assault has spread worldwide, and the public has been told that the divine visionaries drove Innocent Zero away. However, only a few people know the truth. To control the situation, the Bureau of Magic tightens security and strictly regulates information. Meanwhile, Mash and his friends decide to take a break and go to the beach. At the beach, Finn hesitates, wondering if it's really okay for them to relax after everything that happened. Mash and Dot insist on enjoying themselves. Mash and Dot play energetically in the ocean, while Finn talks with Lance and Lemon. They discuss Mash's connection to Innocent Zero and what might happen now that people know Mash is his son. Wahlberg suddenly appears at the beach. Finn and the others are confused about why he's there, but Wahlberg casually says he just wanted to enjoy the weather. He then becomes serious and tells Mash that he will never find peace unless he defeats Innocent Zero. Wahlberg explains that Innocent Zero possesses immense power and has 5 brothers who are equal to or even stronger than him. Despite the overwhelming odds, Wahlberg believes Mash can defeat them through sheer strength and determination. Mash promises that he will defeat every enemy in his way and graduate alongside his friends. Lance then reminds Mash about the upcoming end-of-semester exams that must be passed before the Divine Visionary Candidate final exam. Mash immediately panics at the thought of academic exams. The story returns to Easton Magic Academy. After briefly checking in on Regro and Brad, Mash's group prepares for the exams. Lemon explains that they've given Mash a mock exam. Mash performs poorly and starts panicking. Dot offers to help Mash study, and soon Lance, Lemon, and the others join in. They begin teaching Mash subjects like magical mathematics and magical linguistics. Mash becomes overwhelmed by the amount of information being thrown at him. Lance warns him that failing these exams will result in expulsion. Mash sits down to study, but the pressure becomes too much. Suddenly, he escapes by jumping out the classroom window. Lance stops the others from chasing him, saying there's no point in teaching someone who doesn't want to learn. Ignoring Lance's words, Finn goes after Mash. He finds Mash buried underground. Finn scolds him and encourages him to face his studies seriously. Mash agrees and returns to the classroom. He apologizes to everyone and asks them to teach him properly. A montage follows, showing Mash being tutored intensely by his friends. Exam day arrives. Mash does his best during the test. Afterward, his friends comfort him as he repeatedly says he wants to graduate together with them. Mash is called by his teacher. She bluntly points out his academic weaknesses and hands him his exam paper. Mash learns that he has passed. Although his score isn't impressive, the teacher acknowledges Mash's effort and determination. Mash's friends celebrate his success. Mash casually says the exam was easy, which angers Dot, who scolds him for acting arrogant. Suddenly, Tom enters the classroom repeatedly saying, "Bamboo it." Lance and Dot translate his message, revealing that the public has learned that Easton Magic Academy is allowing a Lackmagic student to attend. An angry crowd is now heading toward the academy. Outside, Lemon steps forward and confronts the mob. She defends Mash, saying people shouldn't be judged by their magical ability. The crowd dismisses her as an outsider. Lemon denies it and loudly declares that she is Mash's wife, shocking everyone. Dot then appears wearing sunglasses and claims he's Mash's agent. He reads a letter supposedly written by Mash, but ends by flipping the crowd off, making them even angrier. The crowd begins throwing rocks. One rock nearly hits Lemon, causing Mash to step forward in anger. Lance stops Mash and tells him to endure it. Lemon declares that if Mash is punished, she will accept the punishment alongside him. She recalled her first meeting with Mash and tells the crowd that he is genuinely kind. However, one man incites the others to continue attacking her. Before the rocks hit Lemon, Mash steps out and catches them mid-air. A sorcerer in the crowd casts Prison Wall, trapping Mash. Mash easily breaks free and reverses the spell, trapping the sorcerer instead. Mash then declares to the crowd that he will become the strongest in the magic realm and prove that even a Lackmagic can be the best. Wahlberg arrives and apologizes to the crowd for the disturbance. He announces that Mash's fate will be decided after the Divine Visionary Candidate exam and asks everyone to wait patiently. Wahlberg then tells Mash that there will be times when he must stand alone, but praises him for having extraordinary friends. Mash looks up at the sky and promises to become a Divine Visionary. Wahlberg warns him that if he fails, the people who defended him will be criminalized. Determined, Mash accepts the challenge. As the narrator delivers final remarks, Mash turns toward the audience and declares that he will punch anyone who stands in his way. Season 2 ends.